Okay, Johnny Mac, I just seen you right now. Yeah, I got to give you a call. I will. I almost didn't get this off. This is like take 3 of the same episode. Maybe I shouldn't run this episode, huh? How you guys doing? Okay, let me make sure I got this all right. Not now. I'm sorry. Okay, come on. Am I frozen? Shit. Please don't tell me I'm frozen up. I just seen you right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys. So how you doing? So this is what I'm gonna do. What's up, Tammy Kennedy? I watched the TO. Um, this is what I'm not gonna do right now. I was gonna do the comments and stuff after, just to kind of get through this, because I watched the first live I did and I kept going back into the messages too much. By the way, I can't get this thing running from YouTube. This is from StreamYard. I've been trying, but I will soon. All right. No, sir. Wait a minute. Please tell me. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. So we got volume. All right. So here's the deal. Trump's first day in office, he signed an executive order which labeled, okay, John, which labeled the drug cartels terrorists. Now, I don't know how many of you know what that actually means. So basically, they're the same as like ISIS and Al Qaeda, and this was for the Mexican drug cartels or international cartels in there. What they're talking about, the Mexicans, they're talking about the fentanyl crisis. Oh, okay. What's up? I can't see it. You're gonna pop up on the screen. I'm sorry. Oh, what's up, Muggsy Siegel? Hi. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I want to talk about what's going on. I'm not going to say behind the scenes because that's not really true. So talking to the guys that were involved in the drug trade while I was I've been out. It'll be 2 weeks Monday, but a lot of talk going on behind the scenes for what this all means. First of all, labeling the cartels terrorists, it gives them the powers. I mean, that are just. I mean, we can't sit here and do an episode about it tonight. But one of the biggest ones is it has to do with warrants, right? So when it comes down to the warrant requirement to get a phone tap or whatever, they don't have to do those with these guys over there. They don't have to do this with terrorists, okay? So now if you're talking to Mexico, which by the way, if people are talking to Mexico, their voice automatically goes to a database, and I believe it's in Texas. Now, I don't know if that's every Mexican citizen, if it's just people in Sinaloa, Culiacan, or whatever, but there's absolutely a big database that where your phone calls are recorded and go to. I learned that some years ago. I was working on somebody's case, and I found out about that. But yeah, that does happen. So now all the proceeds, right? All the proceeds of dope are actually would be money that can fund money that'll fund terrorist organizations. So people on this side of the border who are dealing dope, say for example, you get drugs from somebody who just got something across the border. It could even be like extended a lot farther than that, right? Those proceeds, those ill-gotten gains, that money is going to be labeled as money for terrorist organizations. So this changes the game really for the whole drug dealing, the whole scene. One of the things that's happening too is methamphetamine. So the history of methamphetamine, when you go back to the Hells Angels, you go back to Philly in the 70s and all that, those chemicals and that stuff was made inside the United States. I think it was 2005 was a year in earnest when the Mexican drug cartels put up those so-called super labs. And what that ended up doing ultimately is it made it made manufacturing methamphetamine in this country like stupid. It's not profitable. It's too cheap. The prices of meth are too low. And that's why a lot of the guys that cook meth over here went out of business. I was in jail right now when I got out with guys that were old meth cooks. And, some of them anticipate going back in business because as the cartels get hammered, and believe me, they are with all the people at the border, the supply, the drug supply, the chain's going to get, it'll be disrupted. They've been going after the fentanyl for sure. That's what this is all about. However, methamphetamine is right in that thing. So is cocaine. But you can't make cocaine, obviously, in this country. So I'm specifically talking about methamphetamine. But anyway, cartels are not going to be having a good time here once they get this ironed out. I was watching the Senate hearing with Kash Patel yesterday, and he was talking about what he wants to do with the FBI. And that is, I forgot how many agencies said 11,000 that were sitting idle in Washington. He wants to put back out on the field. And he talked specifically about the drug trade. So the way I feel about it is like this. I never ever was a legalize it guy. Never. Legalize marijuana, hard drugs, meth, fentanyl, all that. Never. I don't really see any other way. What's going to happen now is we're going to go after all these guys with the fentanyl, which they should, because most of this fentanyl stuff is people getting poisoned. Most people that are doing fentanyl really don't want to do it. Well, I shouldn't say most. I don't know. Hell, I don't know. But they mix it in so much stuff that it's kind of like not fair. People trying to get high recreationally. Go out for a bump, whatever, on the weekends, if that's even such a thing for normal people. I'm not normal. I couldn't just do that. And they end up dying. It's sad. And if people don't think that the Chinese government intentionally done that, I think you're stupid. I mean, it's the only drug that the intent is not to keep customers around. They end up going after them, and it basically kills off your customer base. But anyway, going back to the original thing, the executive order that Trump signed, I was reading a lot about it. The material support, that's what it is. You'll be charged as a material, not witness. Defendant. So if you're, like I said, if you're dealing drugs, and those drugs then, anytime you're dealing meth in this country right now, let me say this. I was in the Washington County Detention Center, and there was a guy up there, the Beast. That's what he called himself, the Beast. And career criminal, got out of prison, got out, was out, I think 6 months or so. Was dealing meth by the pounds, which is not a lot nowadays, but it is. Okay, it is. Gets busted, and they say that the money is used for Mexican drug cartels. Now, he really had no ties to the cartels. Well, that's not true. He did, but he was arguing that just because he sold methamphetamine, that it was proceeds for Mexican drug cartels was what they labeled it as. And he was flipping out about it, but they came back and said, look, all methamphetamine right now is made in super labs in Mexico, and they can basically trace the DNA to it. Let me see when that pops up. Thank you. Who's this? They can trace that. Damn it! Come on up. And I actually watched this the other day about the history of methamphetamine, and it talked about how they can tell if a batch was sent out from this cartel, if it's in this part of the country or in that part of the country, based on let me see what you're saying. Rob, this is from my friend. Okay, thanks, Muggsy. I've seen that. So we're behind. It's running behind because I'm watching me up here. I appreciate it. And I'm looking how pale I look. I have not got a lot of sun. Matter of fact, I didn't go outside much in the last couple of months. I was incarcerated, and I really haven't been out here. and I didn't hit the touch up button. So yeah, and I didn't shave the day either. I mean, I ain't got go right now. So anyway, well, let me read a few messages. Benny, for those of you guys that know Benny, doesn't matter because they can seize money from anyone without ever charging you with the crime. Well, Jason, yeah, but what I'm saying is the law enforcement tools that they have now and what they're going to do, you know what's going to happen? Shit rolls downhill. It's just all designed for the big cartels, just like the crack epidemic. But they end up getting all the little guys, right? Oh, come on. Let me see. Off-topic question. Who has the power to bring a newbie into a gang? Since there's only like fish gang members a lot of times. Oh, five-ish gang members on the yard a lot of times. Do they have all the power to bring members in? Yeah, it's who's ever on the yard, Roger. Yeah, who's ever on the yard. So I don't know about all gangs. I don't know about all. So I don't know what to sack, for example. I don't know if they reach out to a leader ultimately. I doubt it. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that they don't. I'm pretty sure that that's not true. But it's usually if there's three guys on the yard, like let's say I want to pull somebody. So let's say I want to prospect somebody. Or screw it. Let's say I don't want to prospect somebody. Let's say I just want to make you a dirty white boy, for example. Or name the gang. We can do it. We have the power to do it. It's got watered down through the years. I don't know. It just depends. It just depends totally. Oh, somebody did say something. Hold on. Let's see what this one. It's easier for me to read from the screen, but they're not going up. So, Rob, make sure to get some sun and eat some whole foods. The truth. There's no sun here right now, but I will say yesterday I could have for sure. Yesterday I could have. So, I didn't notice. I hit the touch up button on that last video, the first one I did. I didn't on this one, but for sure I'm pale. For sure. I've been inside for a long time. Come on, please. It's so easy for me to read it. Rob, make sure to get, okay, that's the one. Let's see if I can go here and answer it. Benny Giarratano. His people just called me. We're trying to work it out right now so he can get on it. And that'll be here pretty quick, by the way. Come on, man. Are you serious? Okay. Jerry, I'm divorced. Are you going to be one that wants to start doing all that? No problem. You got that. I'm an idiot. So, I mean, if it makes you feel better, yeah. Me and my former wife and I are divorced. No problem, Roger. But yeah, you can play with that. That's people that talk shit about me. Rob's this, Rob's that. I mean, that's the one. Just say you're a moron for losing your wife. That's basically what it is. But I mean, welcome back. Another fat ball of time. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Mike? What up? Have a good show. I plan on going on for like an hour. Is Lee still going to work for you and transport? Yeah. Lee. I haven't seen a video by Lee, or I don't even know what the deal is with those people, to be honest. I saw that Eric dude out of Baltimore yesterday do a live. I watched it for a little bit. Otherwise, and that Jeff Canarsie dude, I watched something of his. Otherwise, I haven't watched any of that stuff. Damn it, I wish I can see. FBS said he knows more about Tommy Reynolds than Chad Marks. What the fuck? What? Jason Campbell. I had to put my glasses on for that one. What? These guys read, man. It is crazy. They read about people. And all of a sudden they start challenging you. Like I got challenged about that I didn't know something about Carmine or something. I lived with the guy. I don't have to read it in books or PSIs. It's crazy, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. But I saw the interview, by the way, with Chad Marks yesterday and Tommy Reynolds. It was good. Tommy looks good. I haven't talked to him yet. No, I haven't. Guys, I haven't been talking to people yet. So people have been trying to get a hold of me. I had told you guys I had to make some really important decisions, and that's the truth. Um, okay. Why are we so far behind? So, you guys that have been trying to reach me by messenger. So there's the guys from my past and stuff like that. I just haven't responded to anybody. Give it a few. I had to deal with some things for about for the first week I was out dealing with this house, just getting it livable. But I will. And then there's when you're going to have TK on it. I don't know. So the truth is, I haven't talked to him, and like I said, I haven't reached out to people for a reason because I don't want to get. I'm actually doing some stuff, and I'm going to do addiction recovery stuff. I really want to do a daily meeting. I really want, and I don't know about a meeting, but I really want to do something once a day, independent from the videos on drugs or mafia or whatever. Totally independent, and we'll see. Like I said, I wasn't sure. So this would have been in a video form, by the way. I didn't like this actual title topic for a lot. My phone storage is maxed out, and in order to do that, to get the credit card, I have to have a password from Apple that I don't have, and I'm waiting on a link. And it takes it can wait up to like 15 days or something. So I can't even do videos, shoot videos. Maybe I can do them off the laptop, but I haven't. The guy who only got 30 months for his third cocaine conviction and 2 convictions with 8 years. Oh yeah. FBS. But everybody who's in the drug game right now, or if you know people, people that deal drugs, really, a lot of people don't understand federal drug conspiracies. There are so many ways in a conspiracy to get somebody. I told you let me see. I don't know why this is so. For example, in my case, there was drugs coming in the mail to places that I had something to do with. But I never signed for a package. There was people that were my so-called co-conspirators that didn't know each other. So if you got one guy that's dealing drugs, right? Let's say the plug, and the plug sells to let's say 20 people. He sells something to like a guy, one of the 20 guys, and that guy decides to go get something from somebody else. Okay. He gets busted by the dealer, not the main plug. He gets busted by that dealer. He can come back, this guy right here, and wrap up everybody that was in this conspiracy if he really wanted to, if the feds wanted to play it. It just depends on the money that law enforcement has or they're willing to waste at the time. Thank you, Henry D. What's up, bro? Oh, I've seen you. Yeah, I seen you when I was going to do a live 2 days ago. I can't do it from YouTube. I can't get the microphone to work on this. But I will say at least every day, I'm learning one thing new about the computer stuff, which I kind of forgot about. I was learning before. But these federal drug conspiracies, man, they're no joke. If you're dealing drugs right now, it's because you are working and cooperating. They just haven't got around to you yet, or you're in an area where there's so many you just haven't been getting knocked off, which goes back to point number 2. These cops know everything. I mean, it's not like they don't know who does what, I've been off paid for 16 years. Wow, really? That's awesome. 16 years. So, yeah. So I've been off not 14 days yet. But it's a trip. It's a trip being I just filled out my voter registration, by the way. Yeah, I can vote. That's pretty cool. Matter of fact, just mailed it in. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to vote, for real. Amongst other things. But yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to read some comments. like I said, this should have absolutely been a video, not a live. All right, who's that? But the interview with Tommy Reynolds, yeah, you guys should go check it out for sure. Go check it out. Thanks, Doug Fardown. How you doing? I appreciate it. Well, yeah, Jason. So I'm not on paper now. That's how come I found out I got to vote. I will say this: the orientation program they had at Butner at the hospital when I left was awesome. It was, if you people that really needed resource, one of which is me, that I should have been paying a little bit more attention. I didn't realize it was going to come out like this, but they really walk you through it. They got POs that come through from other agencies. Yeah, they really do. They really did a good job. They really did. By the way, I got a call from Butner today, the hospital. I don't even know. I don't remember his first and last name. It was a guy by the name of Fats, just died. He was in his 40s, heart attack. He had cancer, heart attack. So many people dying in that hospital. Wow, so many people. Yeah, it just really sad. There was days where it really gets on you, living in that hospital like that. When everybody's sick, got everybody who has losing their hair because of chemo. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what's up. I'm doing good. Still holding it down in Hot Springs. That's right. That's right. You're in Hot Springs. I forgot. Right on. What's up, Dave? I see somebody keeps trying to call. I hope this is the Benny's people. I'm almost positive. I told him to be after. But yeah, I'm going to get Benny Giratono on. He's got a lot to say. I talked to him day before yesterday. So we finally talked. So he'll be on here. I've got content for days, you guys. This was just kind of thrown up there. I've got, and I was just waiting to figure out about this partner thing, to see how that's going to work out. I mentioned that there's somebody would wanted to be a partner. Come on, we'll see how that goes. But I anticipate this next week cranking it up and staying on it. Once I really get started this time, this is a make or break for me as far as this channel goes. As far as I'm concerned, this is, like I said, I just threw this up right now just to throw up, and I appreciate the donations, and I appreciate you guys coming on for real. Like I said, I tried to get this up 2 nights ago. Just having a difficult time with them. Today, I just laid around a lot and watched a lot of documentaries. Just stay out of okay. Well, hold on. All right, Infamous. What's up, bro? I was looking for you. Okay, I'm home. Stay out of Oklahoma. Why stay out of Oklahoma? Why'd you say stay out of Oklahoma, Jason? I think I know what you're saying, but why? Put it out there. Who is that? How do you say Pinoid 313? Okay, so what I'm reading. Okay, so you guys are behind. Damn it, man. That sucks. Come on. I want the screen to catch up. The person Pinoid 313 is asking, did I give him hell when I was in prison here this last year? Yeah, I did. I played prison. This time as a 55-year-old man. I don't really know why, but I played prison pretty tough this time. I remember Benny from Lewisburg. I'll have to check that out. Okay, Tam. By the way, Tammy Kennedy, I think I know who you are. You know Gary Settle? Do you know Gary Settle? Yes or no? Because Oklahoma likes to lock anyone up and everyone with the previous record. Okay, Jason. So one of the reasons is it's a misdemeanor to have drugs over in Oklahoma. What is it, 21 grams, 28 grams, 21 grams or less. So methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, 21 grams or less. misdemeanor if they want it to be. So I know a guy that has 3 felonies, done 20, 30 years of his life in his 50s, got caught in Oklahoma not too long ago. They let him go with the ticket. Half ounce. What's up, Joey? So I was waiting on Tammy Kinney. Okay, then maybe it's not you. And maybe it's not you. I'm going to be doing stuff about Gary. If you've done a lot of time in the BOP, most guys do. A lot of people do know who Gary is. Do the feds still use prison hospital in Springfield, Missouri? Or do they send most people that are sick to Butner? No, they still use Springfield. They still use Springfield too. Like guys with liver cancer, for example, I think they do that at Springfield. Knee replacement, a lot of those are at Springfield still. But yeah, Springfield still got a lot of people. Tammy, okay, so no, not ringing a bell. So I thought you were Elrod. For a second. You knew who Elrod was? You remember him? Yeah, Jason. Let's see. I never heard that before, but yeah, you can look it up. Oklahoma right now. It's at their discretion. No, it's been actually been around a few years. Yeah, within the past 5 years, 4 years for sure. Dr. Faust, I got out Monday the 27th. Infamous Sylvia, we have to connect. Okay. You do a show probably or something. Is that what I'm saying? I remember him. Tammy, yeah. Do you remember Gary or wait, I don't know who you're talking about, Tammy. Gary Settle? So were you at Leavenworth too? I mean, yeah, Leavenworth and Lewisburg. Did we go over this before? Were you the one? I was thinking you were gone forever this time. No. I haven't committed any new crimes. Look, I came, hell, I didn't know secret. I came close. Who got you out? Tommy Reynolds? I'm sorry, let me see. Who got you out? Tommy Reynolds? No. Who got me out? Who got you out? Tommy Reynolds, or who got Tommy Reynolds out? I got out myself. I did my own case. Mike will be back on. So you're in my cell almost every day. Chris? Billy. Is it Billy? Anyway, just Lewisburg. I'm surprised you haven't figured out I was in your cell pretty much every day. And you're talking about it Lewisburg too. So yeah, I'll do videos about it. I went in. So Cimarron is a fun little place. No, it's pretty laid back. But it's wide open, meaning they let you do whatever you want. And my dumb ass sees everybody hustling in there, right? And what I mean is the guards, let me tell you something. I walked in and there's 5 people yelling at a guard. And they're pissed because the guard didn't bring his shit in, like contraband. So I know what's going on, but I just go about my business. The guard comes up to me and asks me, he said, listen, I know you heard that. Here's my Cash App. You know, whatever you need. I don't want to bring in drugs, whatever. We'll see after a while, but I normally bring in tobacco, blah, blah, blah. And that's how I got to Cimarron. The night I got to Cimarron, that's what I got. F block. You're with me every day in F block. So are you one of my old cellies? Like my old cellie? The fuck were you in F block every day? Randy? I'm talking to this person, Tammy Kennedy, says who's in my cell in F block every day, which was the best cell in F block, by the way. It's the biggest store in the prison, except for maybe Basics and C Block. Basic had one as big as mine. But I went to prison. I went to Cimarron and found out that if you buy, there was a $40 commissary limit a week, right? If you buy $40, you got all the new guys that came in at such a big rotation that they all send money cash out. They get there, they want a bag of like Keefy, which I have right here still. I forgot. They want a bag of Keefy. I think Keefy coffee was like $4 at Cimarron. And the guys would buy a bag of Keefy, a small bag, for $20. Right off the bus, $20. Randy did most of your sleeve and F block. Rob, Rob, is that you, Rob? A little military friend from Maine. Anyway, what was I saying now? Man, that's Tammy Kenny. You did this to me before during the live too, when you had me going about this shit. I think Randy did it. Ah, hey, man, who was I talking about you with? I ran into somebody. One of your dudes, who was it? Have you been out the whole time? Have you stayed out of trouble? And what are you doing with your, well, look, once I get my email stuff situated, I'd like to talk to you for real. Damn, man. Yeah. Wow, what a trip. What a trip. Rush Limbaugh. you were nutted out on Rush Limbaugh. I got that way at Butner. Yeah, I did. Wow, that's great, man. That's great. And I bet you attributed that to Rush, right? This guy right here in our chat, hell of a guy. Boy, we almost got a couple beers, but I mean, we were friends for real. He used to come in all the time. You're absolutely right. From Maine, you weren't nothing nice back in the day either. You were kicking indoors and dope boys, weren't you? Well, that's good. What's up, Redzilla? That's good that you've been out. Not everybody gets Indian money. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you. I'm not saying you can't do that on your own. But this guy that's going by Tammy Kennedy, which name? Obviously, I'm not going to put his name out there. Was a Rush Limbaugh aficionado. What am I saying? I'm saying the word wrong. Aficionado or whatever. Boy, he'd come and regurgitate that shit. Yeah, I remember. And I remember, what about Frankie Scumbag? Yeah, I've been looking. I know Frankie's uncle. He's actually remember the attorney used to send him money? Yeah. And anyway, let me see what you're saying right here. Went to work all day, trained in every night before I knew it. It was years gone by. Wow, okay. So you're still training, I bet. Yeah, you're a big workout guy. Really good shape. Really, really good shape. Wow, man. Wow, it's good. Now to put a face on it. That's great. That's great. Anyway, so somebody was saying, so here's the deal. Well, even Rob, even Tammy Kennedy, well, no, I wasn't like I would fight, but I didn't run around like causing trouble, even with the gang thing. And even running the gang with 17 guys under me or whatever. I wasn't that guy. I went in half cocked this time. And I think one of the reasons was there was really nothing they can do to me. And I didn't have to worry about any pending indictments or did I do something wrong? I didn't. I got high. I fucked my life up. I destroyed my life by substance abuse, but I didn't. It could have been really bad, So I knew I had an out date. I knew it was short. I hated the way that I got arrested, though. Jesus Christ, that bothered me because the POs, the judge issued a warrant. They never ever had to come down here, and I'm still salty about that because I can be on the plus side right now. I had this house like rented and stuff. I would have been in a different situation than I am and have been since 2003. But it's okay. I'm gonna get it. I got it. So glad Tommy got a second chance is what you're saying here. That's going to pop up on the screen. I'm pretty sure. Here we go. So good to see you, Rob. Miss you, man. You lived on here with the Emmy. Don't be and Transwo episodes. Are you talk folklore? Stay well. Oh, Dale Strain. Thank you. Thank you. I got you. I got you. I appreciate it. The DWBs were calm under you and Dusty's leadership until that shit in D Block happened. Yeah. Thanks, Rob. I did a good job. And that's why I did. I really did. One of the things was we didn't take contract hits. You know what? Matter of fact, I got to call Dusty. I haven't called people since I've been out, but I did talk to Dusty since I was in there. You would not believe how good Dusty's doing, dude. You would not believe it. Never in a billion years would I ever have thought that Dusty is where he's at now. I think his wife's the doctor, or medical field for sure. He's making, totally legit. He's on Suboxone. He really preaches Suboxone. And right now I'm on buprenorphine, but I was on the shots. I haven't started the strips yet. I've got a whole shitload of strips in here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I actually wanted to try to wing myself all the way off of it and have it all out of my system before I started really cranking this channel out, because for many reasons, right? But Dusty's a big believer in Suboxone, big, huge. He swears that it changed his life around. I can say that coming out right now, well, I've only been down here by myself and I dealing with this house situation, but the cravings have not been there. So maybe there's something to that, because I've had people tell me that they lose cravings for Coke, for meth. I have people that say that they love to do meth and Suboxone together. And usually in a situation where, you got problems, stuff, I'd start having cravings. The only time I had a craving is the day I got out of the airport. And I did buy a drink, and I'll tell that story at a different time. Double Jack and Coke. I'll tell you exactly what I did, what happened. But anyway, relapsing happens every day to day, brother. Only a few days away from total insanity. Just keep well, eat, sleep, repeat, and don't act off emotions. Dell, emotions are one of my biggest problems, is being, I guess, emotionally stunted. My emotional immaturity. It's so true. And I'm not. Listen, that's why I really want to do a bunch of. I want to do, if I can, I want to do a daily addiction recovery thing. It's because I'll share. I'll tell you guys exactly what's going on. I've got no shame to it. What can I do? It is what it is. I've been an open book on this. When you're an open book on this thing, it can go both ways, right? Let me see. So Suboxone lets you live life after and be fine. It's class. CFS, it means that you stay out of jail daily until needed. Stay out jail day. So many 20-year write-offs been on them subs. UK, no cases, 10 years. So you're a big believer too, huh? You're a believer too. I don't know if I want to go back to the shots rather than the strips. I'm not sure. It just depends. It just depends. I'm not sure. I think I have matter of fact, it's a Monday. Monday, I think would be when I'm ready to do whatever. I'm already getting cramps. I'm already getting hot sweats and stuff like that. Usually it starts happening after my first 2 weeks with that shot. And I don't feel high at times, but I will feel loaded. Like all of a sudden, I guess when the stuff melts because it's in your arm, it melts. It doesn't give me like any kind of euphoria, but it just gets me like loaded. Maybe it's what I need too. I don't know. But welcome back to the free world. And speaking of Rush Limbaugh, do prisoners get heavy into politics? Do prisoners get heavy into politics? I will say this, and my friend over here, Tammy Kennedy, he was a little, not an even kind of white supremacist. No, not at all. But I was going to say a little Rush Limbaugh Nazi. But we weren't together during the Obama years. So we watch the news every night. Like guys in prison, a lot of us watch the news every night. I will say that after Obama, um, everybody's pretty much engaged in the news because a lot of black guys didn't watch. There'd be some black TV rooms that would watch the news, and I remember a couple, just depending on the guys. But now it's like they have mandatory. A lot of the black guys have like a news TV. Very engaged in the news. So Obama um, really helped African Americans get engaged in the political process for sure. At least from being in prison and looking at it, 100% for sure. Yeah, the paneling's back. Yeah. Oh shit, the wood. I got the American flag. I'm in the corner right now. I have to adjust some things. I'll see. I'll see. Um, yeah, fucking wooden panel in this house in general. Jesus Christ. But I know you said you was going to do a lot with your channel. I want to interview you one day. Oh yeah, no problem. I'm gonna look at. I guess I'll look at this channel. I just don't know when. I do have somebody I promised the first interview that I'm gonna for sure. But yeah, no problem. Um, Look, I've been telling everybody, give me. I think next week I should be on point. I do. I hesitate still. I hesitate. I was really coming out at one point. I said I'm going to give it a month before but we'll see. Anyway, but yeah, people get in the political process and guys argue over politics all the time, especially. Well, I'm going to say this: oh, way more prisoners were for Trump than not for Trump. Way more, black, white, whatever. It's cool to be a Trumper now. It really is. Um, I am. We'll see what happens. I'm glad Trump won. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad he's doing. I like what he's doing. I watch the news every day. I like what he's doing. I don't care about the whole wrecking thing. I don't care if we own Gaza. I don't care if we go back to the Panama Canal. Great. Um, I am watching to see about the criminal justice reform stuff because when you hear him one time, he'll say that when he was talking about the 9/11, I mean the January 6th guys, that they did too much time incarcerated, right? And then he talked about how we do long jail sentences. But then in the next breath, he'll talk about killing drug dealers, which, by the way, I'm not opposed to. If you're going to be about it and do it, I'm not opposed to it. But it's highly not realistic. Well, I don't know. In the Trump era, anything could be. If you're going to kill them, I mean the importers, but then you've got so many freelance importers. A lot of them importers, and a lot of them are doing it like the cartel can have their families over there, I guess, make somebody come across. I mean, they can force them to come across. So what are you going to do? Hit those guys too? Then it becomes this big thing. So I don't know, but I will say this. I cannot repeat enough to anybody who's dealing drugs. Understand that executive order that Trump wrote has implications that even farther than I can even think of right now. Understand that it just gives them more tools in the toolbox to go after people without warrants, phone tapping indefinitely, phone tapping American citizens. You're going to be surprised at what it can do. And if they can trace any money that you give somebody up to the cartels, which is very easy to do, by the way, you're going to be, you can be hit with material support. We have an AG, Attorney General, Pam Bondi, who she's hardcore. We'll see what they're going to go after the low level people too. That's what I'm waiting to see. That's what I'm waiting to see. I would have to guess yes, probably, because law enforcement, they're all about numbers and quotas. They want to get numbers on their books, so they're going to start just hitting everybody, and then we're going to have crack era all over again. So we'll see how that goes. Infamous Sylvia, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, the one thing that really happened, that really helped make. I never was a dope guy. Most people go back. Oh, that's right. That's right. This guy right here never was a dope guy. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh, no craving without Subutex. Okay, I got it. Okay, Del. So you're saying this is another thing, okay? It's just so when it comes to recovery, everybody has that can mean a lot of different things for a lot of people. Of course, ultimately it would be recovery meant staying sober. Everybody, that's like the idea of a perfect recovery is you don't do anything. Then you got the medical marijuana to the mix, then you got the Suboxone, and then there's like, am I really into recovery? I will tell you that I was all about literature, reading, really into sobriety days until I got the shot. As soon as I got the shot, I don't, it doesn't feel like I'm clean. Matter of fact, I can see in my eyes, at different times, my eyes get real dark circlish. That can be from stress, whatever, but I see at different times drug eyes since I've got that shot. I remember when I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror or whatever, and I saw somebody who's clean. You know, usually when I go to rehab, and once twice, it takes about 2 weeks, and I can really see the difference in me. And what the buprenorphine does is it keeps me on that drug feel and look kind of. But here's the deal: what you said. If you can start functioning and living a normal life, okay, I get it. All right, because that's really what it's all about. If people are going to smoke medical marijuana, I've had counselors tell me that they did. That's not where I wanted to be. It's where I could be, and maybe I'm not sure. It depends. I'm open to it, but nothing I'm running towards. Yeah. Anyway, what I want to say about Suboxone. So if you're taking a strip every day, I know you can take less to get high. You can play with it to get high, right? It's no secret. People that don't know anything about Suboxone, buprenorphine most of it comes in little films, whatever, put in your tongue. In prison, they get a strip and they cut it in. Shit, I've seen it 64 pieces. But you do less, the less you do, you get high. It's probably because there's Narcan in it, whatever it's called, an opioid blockers in it. If you're taking the strip every day and you pull back, this is what somebody was asking me, and you pull back and you're taking it as you need, or you're taking it twice a day, but you take less a couple of days because you want to feel the high off of it. Are you still in recovery? Meaning, if you're taking it every day, you're taking the whole strip, but you're not feeling high off of it, but then all of a sudden you're taking it to trick it to get high, you're still taking that every day. So my answer was, yes, that when you're misusing it to get high, obviously that's not a part of recovery. Then I thought about it and like, okay. And the reason is it's because he's still chained to it, but then it still chained to it, meaning it's ritualistic, right? But then isn't it not ritualistic to wake up every day and do it? So just a lot of back and forth on that. I really want to have groups and talk to people that are, I don't care if they're especially active addicts. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just thinking out loud right now. So one of the things I put up on the title is the old meth cook thing. So the United States government, they passed laws, I think it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. It had to do with cold pills, ephedrine, Sudafed, or whatever, all that stuff. And they put limits on what you can buy because one of the main ingredients in there is used to manufacture methamphetamine. So as that was happening, so it was really cheap for somebody to put together a batch of meth back in the day, make the shake and bake, or whatever it's called. I never did that stuff. I did the P2P. That's what I got locked up when I got locked up in 97. And I came out when I started doing whatever this ice stuff is nowadays. In 2021 was the first time I retried it. Totally different drug, by the way. But as it gets harder, as the Mexicans are getting hit with more loads, and the prices go up because they will go up, when is the time right for the meth cook to come back and start his thing over here? Because the focus is going to be on all those guys over there. And you got guys over here who have, for lack of better words, a good opportunity if you're a criminal to crank that back up. That's real talk that's happening right now in prisons, people. I can tell you that I was privy to a conversation, but there's an actual number that they're waiting for because, like, for example, I was watching something on the Nat Geo. What's that blonde chick's name? She goes over and she infiltrates, goes in all those places, and you kind of root for her to get killed. Like, why hasn't somebody killed this big chick, Adrena or whatever her name is, Marina? She did a show, and it was a couple years ago on meth, and it was saying that it was $250 a kilo or a pound on that side of the border, and what gets over here. So I know if you buy bulk, it's $1,000 a pound. Okay. Well, I knew that in 23. So that's really, really cheap. So to somebody to sit there and take the time to put batches of meth together, whatever that looks like, whether it's a shake and bake or whether you put together a real little steel process, what does the price have to be in order for them to do that to make sense? I do know that there's guys that have made some novel, just some little batches or something that talked about it, but that's what's it's whack-a-mole, you know. It's a shame that this whole fentanyl thing happened, because that's what this is all about, going after the cartels like they are. Although, look, these guys have ran unchecked for a long time. A lot of them are my friends. I know a lot of guys. I do, and that I like a lot. Human trafficking, fentanyl, methamphetamine. You know, on one hand, Americans have an appetite for it. On the other hand, it's like you root for them to not let the drugs get through, so it doesn't have to happen. But I mean, people have been getting fucked up on stuff since the beginning of time, and addiction. People that are that get really strung out stuff. I think that we all have the gene. I've been reading a lot about addiction genes. I read a lot when I was in there before I did the shot, before I took the shot. And it really talks about the two genes of addiction. Oh, here, there wasn't any. Shit, there was fucking messages the whole time. Stop being a bitch and wean down and get off of it. I did, and I felt like for 2 months. But if you wean off, man, 2 months, you just made me now. That's the whole thing. But I do. Question: I understand prison politics, but how do you feel about other races when you are in the free world? Long-time listener, and hope you stay free. Razorback Hog, no problem. And let me tell you something. Yeah, I got into the whole black-white TV room this time. Yes, I did. And I got into the whole, you can't sit there if you're a sex offender. And you know what's crazy? Tammy, you haven't been around in a while. Kennedy, we don't even ask them if they're fucking rats anymore. We don't sit there and say, hey, you got your paperwork. We weren't like, hey, are you a sex offender? You know, we're good. As long as they're not sex offenders, we're not even trying to, if they're rats, just don't talk about it. Don't tell people your time. I mean, it's crazy. I'm not saying in every case. I'm just saying in general. Now you're pulling people up for the paperwork to see if they're sex offenders. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Whatever works for Rob. I'm on methadone, but not getting high. All that matters. Yeah, okay, Dave. Yeah, I hear you. You can forget about criminal justice reform with this administration. If anything's going, it's reversed. Jason, look, I get what you're saying, and for sure, Pam Bondi. I mean, it's all lining up for going after for big arrests, right? At the same time, if he sends the crimes back to the states, most of them, lower level drug dealers, so the federal prison system was never meant to encompass any single crime ever. That happened, I think, the Kennedy after he killed that girl in Chappaquidda or whatever. After he did that, he went and wrote up the federal code, which now encompasses all these laws, created all these laws. I know Reagan gets the rap on it, and it's true, but Kennedy was one of the architects of it, if I remember. And I know I remember I did read that. I just had an argument with somebody recently about this. The pendulum criminal justice reform leads these swings every 30 to 40 years, right? And it sucks because this fentanyl fucked it up, and liberal policies. Uber liberals, California, New York, all this bail reform bullshit where you let anybody out of bail which I get it. I get it. It sucks to be locked up. If you know, I've never had to deal with that. But if I got locked up right now, like coming up with $1,000 in a co-spot, probably be a bitch for me, you know? But I imagine that would suck. But what they did is they went way too far. And now you got people in California just, you know, wanting to get tough on crime again. But you're right. As far as criminal, if you can show them through the lens of money, also private prisons. So private prisons, people worried about them because, you know, they have to fill up the bed space and they'll arrest people to fill up the beds, blah, blah, blah. But they're doing it better at private prisons, man. That's a whole other issue, on their top. If you remember what cell was Persico in, a channel has put a fake letter out. You know that Persico never wrote anyone back outside of family. Brandon, Jeff Canarsie, did he put that letter out? Tell me, because he's saying he got letter. Carmine did not write people. I was with him. I cannot say for certain that he did not write anybody, but he got fan letters. And he gave him, you want to read these? Like he would do it kind of braggadocious. Like, you know, like, look, and I'd say, I don't want to read your fucking mail. I don't give a fuck about your mail. That's the relationship I have with the guy. What cell did he live in? I know exactly where. And I know that if I can find it. All I have to do is find my Butner stuff. It's like a whole bunch of prison papers. For example, I would find, a unit team report from Butner, and it would have my cell on it. But I can find out. Yeah, if somebody's really going out there. Yeah, I'll find out. I'd find out for sure. He wrote Jerry Capici on. I think he mailed the letter out. It was December. I want to say the 20th, December the 20th, 2010. He mailed Jerry Capici a letter that I read. Thank you. You really would like to hear about Bobby Manna? Bobby Manna, layback guy, smoked one cigarette at 9 o'clock every day and every evening. One cigarette at 9 p.m. every night. One cigarette. Started cooking in the morning, cooked like the sauce, whatever he did. He did his own thing. Bobby Manna was a big phone guy. That's what I remember about Bobby Manna. He had the phone game down before 10:30. We didn't have recordings back then when I first got in. Always on the phone. Walked, I think, an hour a day, pretty much. Hung out with Hans Grau, Junior Bradley from Kansas City. Nick Geo hung around them. But pretty much lived in B lower. Second tier on the even side. I did a video where that guy pulled some bullshit. Big Lou pulled some bullshit on Bobby, but just real low key. Not a whole lot to say about him. Offhand that I can think of right now. Really good guy. Steve Crea, by far the best. Steve Crea. What do you think about sending American inmates I don't. I can see it happening. That would suck. Unconstitutional, this and that, probably not. Probably not. It could probably get around it somehow. Bad time to be a criminal. Bad time. I hope that Trump, with his ego, narcissism, whatever, I hope that he outdoes Biden on clemencies. I think he probably will at some point. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they start hanging shoplifters. You just never know. You never know. Oh, and now I know your channel, why you wanted me to stay in the TV room when I called you. Okay. Oh, and now I know from your channel why you wanted me to stay in the TV room when I called with I never asked you. When I sold. Oh, yeah. You're talking about us beating him. Yeah, man. Scumbag move on. That was putting the D in dirty white boy right there. That was putting the D in dirty white boy. That was. Poor Mr. You liked him. What a great guy, right? Yeah. I don't even know what the video is called, Rob. People should go watch that. That's some scandalous, dirty white boy shit right there. Keep going fast. It makes great content. Keep going fast. All right. Love your content and been following for years. But I watched me the other day. I've watched twice afterwards, and I do this all the time. People bitching at me. It's true, but I'm blind as a fucking bat. Maria Van Zeller. What are we doing? I don't know what happened. I hadn't thought about the meth labs coming back with the crackdown at the border. I used to find them all the time in the woods when I went mushroom hunting. Yeah. TJ Sheehan. TJ, that's not you here, is it? No. But yeah, you guys are going to see. Oh, listen, I know guys that are 60, like old heads that are just praying it happens, that are just waiting. Can you tell us the top 3 sexual assaults you witnessed? Can you tell us the top 3 sexual assaults you witnessed? Number 1, Arkansas. No, it would be the county jail, LA County Jail, 9500 block, where a guy was selling himself, or his boyfriend was pimping him out, and he did something that he liked or whatever. I don't know what happened, but then the pimp raped the the prostitute. That's not funny, but like he really fucked him up. He really like out in the open. Like, bitch, what you do? Da 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 da. You're my, something like that. One of those. Arkansas Department of Corrections, Pine Bluff unit. First night in general population. At the Arkansas, in the ADC, you go down, you have to sit in a cell, diagnostics for a minute. You did back then. Then they put you in 3 barracks, which is open. And that night there was a guy that was in there, that white guy that 3 black dudes raped. And I remember the smell of shit and blood. That's the truth. Because there's only 2 bunks down for me. And I was like I didn't do nothing. I was scared to fucking death. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared to fucking death. And I was a big fat dude too. Well, I was big and fat. See it right now. I'm like 235, 230. So that's probably 250. But I had more muscle. So the top 3. Then so I heard one in Leavenworth, 2 Indians. I heard it and it was bad. It was really bad. I was in the cell next to him, and I know the guy. I think I did a video about it, as a matter of fact. Did I do their names? I think I did. I won't say them now just in case. The guy found out, one of the Indians found out that this other one, a black dude, kept sending him magazines, and he thought like that he thought maybe there was some relationship there. So he was calling him a fag. How come you're a fag? But then he started raping him. It's crazy. It was crazy. Oh shit, let me go back up here. Yeah. Are you familiar with, yes. If so, do you have any thoughts on his recent release? Surprised about the Silk Road dude getting released by Trump. So obviously there's somebody knew somebody somewhere, right? They didn't just come up with that. So obviously the fix was in. Does Elon know him or something? Is that what happened? The guy got love. He did over 10 years, right? If you do over 10 years, you got life for drugs, whatever, you should get out. I don't believe anybody should do over 20 years. Now, before I say that, I've said it. I believe in the death penalty. Yes, I do. I believe that there should not be life without parole. Everybody should be entitled to life. However, that doesn't mean that I think everybody should get out. Okay? But there should be some kind of a board. Over 20 years, it's such a long time. It's such a long time, Is this my old celly? Is this my old celly from the Harbor House? Eloy, is that you, bud? Thanks, man. I just got out. I said this. I saw that you sent me a message. Are you taking subs or 100% sober? How much time will they give you if you tested dirty again? Not that you would just be curious. No, it's okay. By the way, I want to say something right now. To all you channels out there, to every one of you channels that would sit there and say, look at Rob, he's high. You're all a bunch of rats. Every one of you. You're all a bunch of fucking rats. Know that. You guys knew I was on probation. You guys knew what you were doing. And you guys should know by now. If I could talk, if I can tell something about meth, I damn sure would. But it did get me off because a lot of times if I was, or yeah, for sure, people would say I was on meth, I was on opiates, I was on opiates, I was on meth, because they kind of go back. It's just depends. Just depends. Okay, to answer your question, I am on the shot. I'm on what the hell is it called? Jesus Christ. So I'm on the shot. Otherwise, I'm been totally sober since I've been out. But I don't know if I'm going to start taking the strips, which I do have the strips right now. I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know. So that's the truth. But I will be talking about it for sure, whether I do or don't. Oh, you can bet your ass I'll do that. And I'm off paper, so I don't have to worry about a dirty urine. The only thing I got to worry about a dirty for if I got a job or something like that. But otherwise, no, I don't. I'm good. First time ever. I heard Biden let Leonard out. Yeah. Remember what a scumbag Leonard was? Do you concur? So I am on the Not Leonard Peltier fan club. I'm glad he's out though. Listen, Leonard Peltier got fucked big time. He should have, like, the legal challenges in that case. So many wrongs were done to him. Do I think he did it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do I know a lot of stuff about Leonard and the joint that people out here would just be freaking out about, like his paintings? A lot of them weren't real and stuff like that. Yes. Did he use a bunch of Indians and stuff like that? Yes. But so what? I'm glad he's out, as I'm glad Joey Test is out. Hey, Rob, hope you're not being a Jimmy. Okay, well, let's see here. Albright's mom has been pushing hard for a pardon for over a decade. Okay. So Eloy, you still down there in the same spot? Okay, Jason. Really? So Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party is something I'm really taking a look at. We'll see. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. I'm a native. I think Leonard is a goof. Georgie. Well, me and Tammy Kennedy know that scumbag. So I had a big store, right? Dude, you can run as much credit as you want. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things that got me fucked up at Lewisburg. The truth is I had a big store. How many of us was there? 5 white guys in that block, Rob? 5 white guys. But anyway, everybody was there. Black, owed me money, and I'm not talking about a few dollars. I ran also a freeze out for gambling tickets. So I had a ticket that I did for 2 different guys, but then I'd make my own line out of their tickets, and I'd run a freeze out for gambling, which is gambling on credit. I had 15 dudes, I think, that owed me over $500. Now, all black. Now, their quagmire is I'm not only a gang, but a gang leader. So, but then you're looking at me every day. You really don't want to pay me. It was all, I let them all do freeze outs. So one of them bumped me off. They waited for me to drink, and they called down in the lieutenant's office and said I was drinking to come get me. And then they kicked me out of that block. Well, it wasn't that simple, but that's the gist of it. That was the gist of it. Does that shot work? I take methadone. I've been thinking about getting the shot. Yes. Okay. What keeps me putting it off is I have to kick methadone 4 to 5 days before, right? Man, and even people don't understand those 4 or 5 days when you kick open. It sucks. It sucks. Now, does the shots work? Yes. If you're looking to feel any kind, so a lot of the guys would come in, they're getting on that MAP program, medically assisted treatment, whatever, medication assisted treatment, whatever it stands for, in prison, and then they get bummed because they really want to still feel high. You don't get the euphoria, but when you first start out. But I know that's not what you're talking about. I'm looking for. I'm not sure. The shot to me in 10 days, I'm getting baby sweats, and then sometimes I'll get muscle cramps. It just depends after 2 weeks for sure. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm right there. I'm right at making that decision if I'm going to go on strips or what. I never had any trouble with him. He invited me to the sweat lodge a few times. No homo. Yeah. No, I don't know if you remember, but my sister and my mom and dad came to visit me, and Peltier was out there, and my sister was whacked out. He's very high on methamphetamine at the time. She comes in and she sees Peltier, and she goes, "Chief!" And he looks at her and goes, he has a whole table full of food, big fat guy. He points to the guard and said, "Go get a pen, I'll get an autograph." And I looked over and I said, "Man, forget the autograph, just pay me the $50 you owe me." Because he had this bill. I didn't go sweat people. Fuck, that store was too big to sweat people. That store made so much money. But he just acted like he just didn't have to pay me or something. I don't know. So that was the only thing. No, I went through Harbor again. I got myself out of toxic. Now I'm living in faith-based. Across from the Harbor House? Yeah, you're the reason I am. All right, Eloy. Yeah, I'm glad you're out of that one relationship. I didn't think that you were going to go too far with that girl. How did you enjoy it? The lodge, Tammy. Did you go to the lodge? The Be More boy claims he too is an Indian. Oh, okay. Jason. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say that right now. I don't know. I like libertarian, but when Gary Johnson didn't know what Aleppo, yeah, man, that really, Joey, that fucked him up. You're absolutely right. You're right. Pretend Indians in jail. Lot of pretend Indians. Yeah, Georgie, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I guess the black card didn't accept him like he wanted, so he went native. Yeah. I work at Arkansas Refrigerator Service on warm-up breaks, so fixing to get back to it. All right, bro. I will hit you up on Facebook, by the way. Listen, they got jobs there, by the way. Are they hiring there? Let me see. Don't get stuck in your head. Ken, as far as what? You can tell me. I'll answer it. I'll find it. I'm always stuck. Dude, I live in my fucking head. It was okay. I'm Christian, so I went to hang out, kind of got off grid. Yeah, that's right. I think I remember. Didn't we tease you about the sweat lodge? We did. We were we teased you a lot, didn't we? Especially when Dusty came. No, and I don't mean in it like he was somebody to tease or like clown or nothing. I don't mean that. I just mean that. So I think you called us junkie losers or something like that. And he's not a guy that does drugs, and he used to just talk shit all the time. Although I had cancer then. It's not like, oh, you see me go off the rails on drugs now. He saw one. I had a lot of clean time at Lewisburg too. By choice. When I blew, I blew. When I blew, I blew. That's for sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good spot. So we'll talk, Eloy. Good to see you, bro. Oh, and yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll reach out to you because I want the guys at the Harbor House to know I'm gonna do something about addiction recovery on here. Because I'm gonna reach out to those guys too here very shortly. What's up, Ben Freak? Thank you. I appreciate it. Tammy, good stuff. It can be cleansing if you let it. Yeah, the sweat lodge. I never did, but I like. I said that's good luck, Rob. Been watching the channel from the start. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you. Thank you. We were always laughing. We did a lot in the news. And you remember what you used to do when the news came on? You used to fucking salute George Bush. You nutcase. He's an ex-military guy, patriotic guy, as a matter of fact, for real. Wow, I can't believe I didn't think about you before. What's your name? Who did it come up with? I think maybe it was Dusty. Maybe it was Dusty on the phone call. Dusty called me right before I got locked up and just talked so much shit to me. Man, he hurt me. He hurt me bad. I mean, not in a bad way, but like trying to get me out of my, ooh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Thank you. You don't remember saluting George Bush when he came on TV to piss everybody off because people were like, remember George, the black dude in the background? Remember Hurricane Katrina was a white man's fault? Remember? Which Bush? Junior. Yeah, it was Junior. That's what it was. No, so this guy, Taylor, worked out. What did you do? Pump iron in the morning? Did you go lift weights in the morning? Or was it the afternoon? And then he'd go in his cell and he'd work out like martial arts stuff. He's one of those guys. And he would train is what it was. And I mean, he'd beat the shit out of himself in the cell. For real. And then you had Phil Prescott was another one. Old Phil. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I love George. Yeah, he was for sure. Anyway. Oh shit, what is it? 618. This wasn't, I knew when I did this, I knew this, I didn't have longevity with the title tonight. I knew that going into it. I felt that. And this was like I said, I don't know if you guys know, I had it posted, but I was doing this 2 nights ago. Couldn't get this microphone and the computer to work right. Then last night I'm on, I just started and I hit something that I shouldn't have hit, is what it was. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go again. Uh-oh, here we go. George Bush is the worst president of the modern era. You hear all about the U.S. aid corruption. I had to stop reading. It's enough to drive you crazy. Yep, me and Phil sparred a lot. Yeah, you guys did. But then you had to leave, right? Because he got like crazy. You can only tolerate Phil so much. Plus, he didn't wear deodorant. Remember, because deodorant was going to give you cancer. Yeah, he was special needs all the way. Great guy too. I mean, we all of us in some kind of way, right? You know, Miles Coker died. He was the biggest bookie and the biggest bookie in Lewisburg. I'm not sure what that meant. Oh, the aluminum. Yeah. The aluminum. The deodorant is going to kill everybody. That's right. So he'd rather just stink and eat beans and fart. Beans and rice. No, it was beans and it wasn't white rice. It was brown rice, but then he found out it had a bunch of toxins in it too or something. Jesus Christ, man. Ah, shit. Oh, Phil. I wish I could see both. So I'm behind. A minute. Bush Jr. got us involved in a war that started up all these terrorist organizations, and I voted for him. Yeah, look, we all don't have information. I'm a Republican. Now we're not. And people can actually say that now, huh? God bless Trump. Right? And wow, look at the changes being made so quick. Wow, the Democrats, I mean, they don't know what the fuck to do right now. And what that little Ocasio-Cortez, man, she needs to like get on her game and leave the dumb shit alone because she'd be the star of the party just for the way she looks. And I hate to say it, but it's true. But they need to do something. If you're new, I never would have. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, I'm Republican. If you're new, I never would have. I'm sorry. I just missed it. God bless Trump, right? Anyway. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go. I do what? Do what? Sit in another part of the house which has the same color paneling and just probably watch TV. Um, watch this over to see what I did. Oh shit. Anyway, um, okay. So I won't make any. I'm not going to make announcements that I can't follow through with. I'm not going to do that again, man. Um, but I will have a few things to say soon. Let me get just a few more comments, okay? Phil did make it. He made it out, is what you're saying? Okay, Donna. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a Republican as well. Trump has permanent Washington scared shitless right now, uncovering all the left. Yeah, and you know what? I do believe they should go back and look. The problem is, I don't want them to get lost doing the same thing that they did to him. You know what I mean? I want it to be known what happened, but there's so many big things in the world. But Jesus Christ, I mean, he's got the whole world on fire right now. But I think it's in a good way this time. We all know how to speak Trump more nowadays. You kind of learn how to speak Trump. So we know what the media is going to do. I do worry about some of the illegal immigrants families that I know up in Fort Smith. Really, really good people. I was around them for a while. I'm not sure if I will be anyway. I probably not, but really good people. I miss them. I hope that they're okay. Meaning some stupid traffic stop doesn't happen. It's a hard situation. People will say that the illegals came in and took the jobs. That used to be the big thing. They're coming and taking the jobs. Even pouring over the border like they did during the Biden administration, there's help wanted signs on every business pretty much up in Fort Smith, or there was. I haven't really been up to look at it right now. But what I'm trying to say is it's really weird how all that mass immigration, illegal immigration coming over the border, it didn't seem to affect the job market where I'm at anyway, meaning they didn't take over jobs, so to speak, whatever. I don't know. But again, I was around some for a while. Those were, I guess, my ex-wife's now friends. I'm not. I wish them the best. They're great people. Hey, one thing about this. Good talking to you. Glad you're all paid. Hey, thanks, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close out too. So it is, and I'm gonna tell you, even the calling up on the drug hotline, that did something to me. That put me in this frame. I don't have to think about drugs every single day right now. I'm not saying, God knows, I'm not trying to say that I'm Mr. Perfect, right? And a part of me maybe thinks that I need to start doing this recovery stuff and talking about it as because it's the time's coming near. My demons are growing. There's only so long. I ain't gonna whine. I got a lot on my plate, but so do a lot of people in the world, right? I'll get there. But anyway, I'm glad I'm off paper. I'm glad I finally found out it was you in there, bro. When I see Dusty, I'm going to tell him that you're on here doing well. All right. Take care. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. To get a job here in Canada, you literally have to have a talent. Oh, yeah. For real. By the way, do you know you're going to be part of our United States here soon? Canada. Governor Trudeau up there. Make Canada a state. That's funnier than shit. All right, you guys. Well, this one, okay. In the end. Bye. How do I get off in the live stream?